Good morning. My name is Menarita Morales, and today I'm going to develop activity 1 for the class of further training on disciplinary knowledge of foreign languages. So first I'm going to describe María Freire's class, and then I'm going to describe two problematic situations that Maria is going through. After that, I'm going to mention two activities connected to two methods or approaches for Maria to improve the situation. So the class is a third of ESO, and the students have a good level of English. Actually, the school has the aim of students graduating second baccalaureate with a C1 level of English. In fourth of ESO, these students of third of ESO are going to do a B2 test, a first certificate exam. So María Freire has been using the communicative language teaching approach in her classes. However, she has identified one problem. Though her students have improved their level of English, she has noticed that everything she does is with the Cambridge test in mind. So all the content that she teaches, the material she uses is always connected to Cambridge test. So she wants students to experience language in a more spontaneous, in a more active way, more authentic way. For that reason, María Freire is going to implement an activity that follows the direct method. So the direct method is a classical approach that has the following characteristics. First of all, it focuses on spontaneous oral communication. Then the target language is used at all times. Also, its goal is to produce everyday spontaneous speech. And finally, proper punctuation and grammar are encouraged. It has one drawback. As proficient grammar and pronunciation are encouraged, the teacher needs to have a high level of English. So María Freire is not native. However, she still has a C2 level of English, and she also lived in London for 10 years. So she is highly qualified to use the direct method in class. So a simple yet effective activity that Maria wants to implement is the following. So she's going to divide the class in groups of 3 or 4 students. Each student will receive an animal that the student is not going to be aware of. Okay, so the student has to ask 10 yes or no questions in order to guess the animal that she got. Okay, why does this simple activity follow the direct method? First of all, it fosters everyday vocabulary. Second, vocabulary is used in an interactive and playful and spontaneous way. And also, oral interaction is the primary aim of this activity. On the other hand, the teacher, Maria, can help students in the accurate formation of questions. Another problem that Maria Freire has identified in her class is that this class is middle school, third of ESO. So students are treated as middle schoolers. Maria feels that the playful aspect of the English language, of teaching a language, has been lost. So she feels that the dynamic, interactive, fun, playful aspect of the language is not present in her daily teaching. So for that reason, Maria wants to incorporate playfulness, interactiveness, fun in her classroom. And she wants her classroom to promote and foster language, but in a playful way. So Suggestopedia is a method which follows the humanistic approach. This method promotes the speed of speech, but using an adequate setup and organization of the classroom. The environment is very important. So Maria Freire wants to incorporate this welcoming atmosphere in her classroom. So her idea is to start the day with a song that includes the linguistic content of the lesson and the vocabulary content of the lesson, and students sing along. So the language is going to be learned spontaneously. Maria will also hang up colorful posters that have the linguistic content and some key vocabulary words. Colorful posters that are going to help in the positive atmosphere of the classroom. And finally, she would like to incorporate like a mini library for students to read, with a cozy corner with proofs, and the library for students to read whenever they want. So these two activities have a direct impact on the two problems that Maria has identified and follow two methods or approaches. Thank you so much for listening.